I cannot see any justice happening for Britney or for any other victim of the Stanley Moss Courthouse. And there's really nothing we can do except yell about it online. And listen, yelling about it online actually got us pretty far. But what are we supposed to do now? Where is Britney Spears' justice? She said she wanted people in jail. She said she can't believe she lives in a country that allowed this to happen to someone. And I have to agree with her. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. How are you doing this fine Thursday? I'm doing quite well. As you may have heard around the internet, Britney Spears did have a court hearing yesterday for her conservatorship. Now, if you've been following this case for a while, like I have, then what happened yesterday is going to come as no surprise to you, but it probably will still infuriate you. I do want to get one topic out of the way before I continue on in this video. A lot of people ask me basically daily why I don't cover the Britney case anymore. And honestly, the answer is twofold. I didn't really intend to stop covering the case. I never intended to, but I started realizing, again, twofold. I started realizing that it was aggravating me and infuriating me so much to be constantly gaslit by the media, mainstream media, traditional news, people in the world, bots, trolls online about this case that I just honestly can't exist in that low frequency vibration. I just can't. The second reason is there really weren't any updates as far as the court was concerned. If you've been following this case for a while, a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 4 at this point, then you know that nothing ever happens at these damn court hearings. We fly across the country, we have these rallies. One big exception is obviously when Britney spoke at the court hearing. And again, she wasn't even there. Judge Penny didn't even lay eyes on the woman. Oh God, don't let me get started on a conspiracy theory. And this is why I can't exist in these low vibrations anymore. You cannot have an opinion anymore in the Free Britney movement without swaths of people showing up to harass you, bully you, dox you, start group chats about you. And honestly, for a while, I really didn't care that much about it. The whole entire Free Britney movement started as a conspiracy theory. Chloe Malos from CNN even so much as called it a conspiracy theory. Jamie Spears called it a conspiracy theory. Alex Weingarten, I believe, has also called it a conspiracy theory. So I didn't really care about it being called a conspiracy theory when I had court documents to back it up. And now there's a lot of circumstantial evidence that we could add up to say that Britney Spears is actually in trouble. Britney Spears doesn't seem to be any freer today than she was 13 months ago. But God for damn bid you say that on the internet. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. I will do a small little update here today. And basically, if you don't want to watch this whole video, nothing happened at court yesterday. That's basically the long and short of it, but we can get a little bit more into it. And I'm going to be calling on Elizabeth Wagmeister, who actually has done excellent reporting on not only Britney's case, but also Amanda Bynes' conservatorship coverage. So let me pull that up for y'all. So as Elizabeth tweeted yesterday after being in court, the news from today's Britney Spears hearing is that there's essentially no news. No ruling on if Britney will have to pay her father's legal fees. Judge Penny set the next court date for May 2023, indicated that if there is no resolution to these issues, then all the remaining matters in Britney's case are going to have to go to trial. Now, I have explained this to y'all before, but if this goes to trial, it will obviously take a lot longer than one day. And so Judge Penny is not equipped or able to hold long cause trials. So if it goes to trial, which it undoubtedly, inevitably will, Judge Brenda Penny will not be the judge sitting for that trial. It will go to a different courtroom and a different judge who will hear a very long trial. I would imagine the trial would last weeks to possibly months. Maybe there will be a jury, maybe there will not. I will keep y'all updated if I find any information out on that. But essentially, all of the outstanding issues have been pushed off yet again to May of this coming year, so next year, stuff that we're looking at has been actually supposed to be decided in 2019. Okay. So we're 3 years past 2019, and they've just been kicking this damn can down the road. And I know that I'm a little bit aggravated. I know I seem a little bit worked up in today's video, and it's because I am. I have completely lost faith in the probate system, in the court system in California, in Stanley Moss Courthouse, in Judge Brenda Penny, in Reva Getz. I have completely lost faith. If y'all haven't been keeping up with this channel outside of my Britney coverage, I've given up my law license. I obviously last year quit my law job, and it's because of shit like this. I am so infuriated that I cannot see any justice happening for Britney or for any other victim of the Stanley Moss Courthouse. And there's really nothing we can do except yell about it online. And listen, yelling about it online actually got us pretty far. It actually got us pretty far. But what are we supposed to do now? Where is the justice for Britney? Where is Britney Spears' justice? She said she wanted people in jail. She said she can't believe she lives in a country that allowed this to happen to someone. And I have to agree with her. I am so sorry that I have to get worked up like this about it. And this is one of the reasons I do not cover this story as often as I used to, because the only thing that I feel like we can do is scream and yell into the void. What else can we do? Imagine we would have all had a rally yesterday. We would have flown out from New Jersey and New York and everywhere else to LA just for Brenda Penny to smear everybody's face, and number one person's face, Britney Spears, into the fact that she's not getting justice. We're going to kick this can down the road 6 more damn months. What is this circus? What is this clown show? If Brenda Penny was going to do that yesterday, why didn't she just set it for trial? Why didn't she just set it for a trial? Let's get back into what happened. Elizabeth says the big picture here is that Britney Spears was victorious when her father was suspended by the court and when the conservatorship was terminated altogether over 1 year ago. At this point, the court is dealing with procedural matters largely relating to legal fees. Well, kind of. I mean, they're also kind of talking about like surveillance and stuff like that. But Elizabeth is right. The Judge Penny is not hearing whether or not Britney was surveilled on, right? She's not necessarily hearing that. It's kind of like an external issue having to do with whether or not to allow certain evidence in or to force other parties to turn over certain evidence, etc. But this is a pretty accurate summary of the big picture. Most of what Brenda Penny is actually supposed to be hearing has to do with legal fees, court fees, and accountings, which were prepared by Lou Taylor's firm, TriStar Sports and Entertainment. Lou Taylor, who incidentally hired my law firm that I was working at to try and make me stop making videos about her. Okay, Elizabeth said there's been no resolution yet regarding the legal fees, and the judge pushed the matters to May 2023. But previously, the probate attorney notes recommended that Jamie's motion for his fees be denied. Elizabeth says, and recently, Judge Penny denied Jamie's motion to strike a declaration of former FBI agent Shireen Ebadi, we've read that here before on our channel, who conducted an investigation into Jamie's management of Britney's estate, which cited the autocratic ways he ran the conservatorship and supported Britney's objection to pay his legal fees. And yeah, I mean, let's look at a few people's comments. Damn, the court system is a racket. I mean, how can you call it anything but that at this point? We've been new. Is this not alarming? Elizabeth, when will the media start questioning and actually question the judge? Good question, Alfonso. Why hasn't there been a change of judge considering this is yelling scam? How can they get away with the extension after extension? Good question. Thank you. It seems like nothing productive has come out of this courtroom in over a year. It's true there's no urgency to get the case completed because they all continue getting paid the longer they drag it on. They are all corrupt. Okay, so Rebellion Sparkle says this isn't true. Judge Penny made it clear the case is going to trial and both sides need to finalize discovery before she passes the case along. A lot happened today in court. Let's see what Rebellion Sparkle says since they seem to have some information. Rebellion Sparkle says, at the Britney Con hearing, and the media has definitely given up on this story. I've been to 2 court hearings before and the hallways were always packed with media to cover Britney's con case. I've been to many, many court hearings myself and nothing happens at them. I mean, there was 2 that I went to that something happened. It was where Britney, spoke, obviously, and the other one was where what was the other one I went to that was really big? Penny put in Bessemer Trust Company as a co-conservator or something, but I can't afford to continue flying back and forth to California, especially if it's just gonna be pushing the shit off for another 6 months every time I damn go. Yes, thank you, Lucy. And this is it right here. It's slow, bureaucratic movement of the case that makes people switch off. Especially when there's someone going off about Instagram posts to give everyone a dopamine rush. That is the truth. There are reasons to be concerned about Britney Spears, which are circumstantial evidence from her Instagram account and from other Instagram posts. There are reasons for concern, in my opinion. If you don't agree with me, I'm sure you'll have a lot to say on Twitter that I'll never read. But there is cause for concern based on the Instagram post. For example, Britney Spears' Instagram gets deleted and or Britney Spears goes to Hawaii every single time there is a hearing. That is circumstantial evidence. That is not a conspiracy theory because there is no theory behind it. It's just facts. Every time there's a hearing, one of 2 things, and sometimes both things happen. Britney's in Hawaii or Britney's Instagram gets shut down. One of those 2 things happens. Now, do I have a theory about why that is? Yeah, but I'm going to keep it to my damn self. Because as y'all can see, as soon as we dabble in thinking about anything at all whatsoever, we get dragged across the internet, we get talked about, and I have way better things to do with my time and energy, way better things to do with my time and energy than worry about trolls online who don't do shit else other than talk about me. But what I can say is people, especially mainstream and traditional media, who would rather focus on Britney's Instagram account than be outraged by why this damn process is moving so slow, or why the same judge that made some questionable decisions in the past is still in charge of this case, or why it's been an entire year since Britney was freed from the conservatorship, allegedly, and she still is in this conservatorship court being called a conservatee. They don't want to talk about that in the media. They just won't talk about Instagram. And when they do talk about Instagram, they're not talking about the legitimate causes for concern. No, they are not. They're talking about how Britney seems unhinged and Britney's on naked on Instagram and Britney got her titties out and Britney got her butt out. And it's like, if that's what y'all are really focusing on, like, I got to get away from this circus for a while. And I had to. I had to. And I will cover this case when I feel like it, when it's on my heart to do it. But I cannot be totally engrossed and enmeshed in this story anymore because, frankly, the bottom line is people do not know how to act. And me continuing to be in the group chats and continuing to make my whole life about this Britney Spears case is actually harmful to me because it is putting me in a very low frequency vibration where people don't know how to act. I can't be around people that don't know how to act. Now, I will say there's a few accounts that do know how to act. And for those people that run those accounts, you're really the only reason I'm still talking about this case because y'all know how to act. Y'all genuinely care about Britney. Y'all are using logic, critical thinking, inductive reasoning, putting clues together in a way that is intelligent and smart and responsible. And so for y'all, you're really the only reason I'm still making these videos because for me, I could read this shit on my own and often do and just keep up with it myself. There's no reason for me to keep people updated just for them to run off and not know how to act. And so when I keep y'all updated, it's going to be just for that small group of people. Consider yourself the new Free Britney movement, the new Justice for Britney movement, and everybody else can just stay mad about it. Facts ain't defamation. Love you, Mina K. Bye.